Hey guys, if you've watched the channel for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of the ASICS shoe line. In fact, so much so that I broke a cardinal rule of running just to put them to the test. Stay tuned. Hello fellow geeks and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather and I am glad you're here today because I want to talk to you about the new shoe that I have been wearing this month, and that is the brand new ASICS Gel Nimbus 24. I am a huge fan of ASICS. If you've watched the channel for a while, you know that the ASICS Gel Nimbus is kind of my go-to shoe for pretty much everything, especially for long runs. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this shoe and the crazy test that I put it through. But first of all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of the running content that I have coming out all the time. First of all, let's talk a little bit about how the ASICS Gel Nimbus 24 is different from their previous iterations and just what makes it so special. Now, I wear a women's 8.5 and this is weighing in at 8.5 ounces, which is a full 10 grams lighter than the previous shoe. Of course, you can definitely feel the difference once you put it on. A lot of the lightweightness of this shoe comes from the addition of the Flight Foam Blast Plus, which they have added to the midsole. It is super lightweight and it gives a great energy return, especially in the toe off. This has a 13 millimeter drop, so those of you who are closer to a zero drop shoe may not find this one quite as comfortable. This also has the maximum amount of cushioning that ASICS usually puts in a long run shoe. The upper is formed with 3D space construction, which is gender specific for whether it is a men's or a women's shoe. It is super lightweight, great mesh, and it form fits to the shoe. There's a fully gusseted tongue and a sock liner that fits so well it's almost like wearing a second sock on top of your sock. You can see that the sole is perfectly textured for some great grip on the road, and that there's extensions on the heel with the ASICS gel technology that allows you to roll comfortably off the foot and toe off in the forefoot. This comes in several different colorways. This is called the barely pink and white version. But enough about the specific numbers in the shoe. How does it feel? When I tried these on at the Walt Disney World Expo, it was an instant sell for me. I was needing to upgrade to a better shoe because I can definitely feel in my hamstrings and glutes when I really need to start looking for a new shoe because my old ones are wearing down. So I was on the hunt for something new, and these definitely fit the bill. The representative had me try them on and then run a couple of laps up and down the expo floor, and they felt absolutely amazing. Completely form-fitting, plenty of room for my toes to spread. There's a lot of room in the toe box. As you can see, it's nice and wide, which is great because my feet tend to swell towards the end of a longer run, and so this gives them room to expand. And they just had a fantastic energy return. You could definitely feel the difference in the springiness, the bounciness, the energy return when you wear these shoes. So I decided that with my love of ASICS, I was going to put these to the test. I turned to my husband and said, you know what? I'm about to do something really crazy. I took them out that evening and kind of went on a short little run walk. So walking with a few periods of jogging to make sure that I felt really good with the lacing. And then I decided to break a cardinal rule of racing. Nothing new on race day. That's right. I decided to put these to the test by taking them out for the first time for the Walt Disney World Marathon. Would I recommend that someone do this? Absolutely not. Let me be the crazy one here, okay? I packed a pair of the ASICS Gel Nimbus Light 2s and said that I was planning on using them for the race. However, in the back of my mind, I was kind of worried because after long distances in them, they don't tend to hold up as well after about, I'd say, 15 miles or so. They're really more of a short, speedy shoe, better for shorter and speedier sessions. I was going to use them for the marathon because my old Gel Nimbus were really starting to wear down, and I was worried about how my glutes and hamstrings would feel after 26 miles in them. So that was kind of my thought going into it. But some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that in my Walt Disney World video, I packed the Gel Nimbus Light 2s, but in my race photos, I was wearing a completely different shoe, and that was the ASICS Gel Nimbus 24. And so, how did it fare going from the box straight into a marathon? And let me tell you, it was absolutely amazing. I could definitely feel the springiness in it every time that I ran. Now, I do a lot of run walk, and these feel a lot more comfortable on the run than they do on the walk. These are made for someone who is really wanting to kind of put a little spring in their step. But the cushioning held up fantastically without being overbearing. And in fact, after 26 miles, I did not feel any of the problems that I typically have with my glutes and hamstrings. So the energy return on these and the support on these was absolutely wonderful. Of course, my feet were swollen, but they always are after 26 miles. In addition to holding up and just making me feel comfortable for 26 miles, at the end of the run, there were no hot spots, no blisters, and no lost toenails. So if that isn't a selling point, I don't know what is. Bottom line is, coming from the box to a marathon, these ASICS definitely held up. So my recommendation, if you are looking for an everyday trainer, or if you are looking for something with a maximum amount of comfort in a long run shoe, these are definitely what you want to look at. Like I said, typically the Gel Nimbus has been a somewhat heavy shoe due to all the cushioning for the long run, but they have definitely gone above and beyond for making these a much lighter shoe to take on your long runs. Plus, ASICS is trying to make their shoes more sustainable, and so these are made with 20% recycled materials. And I've noticed that that percentage keeps coming up with every shoe that ASICS unveils. So thank you, ASICS, for doing your part. So the ASICS Gel Nimbus 24, 5 out of 5 stars, would recommend, so happy to have them. Have you tried out any of the ASICS line? What are your go-to brands? Does this review make you want to kind of check out the ASICS brand for yourself? Why don't you let me know down in the comments down below. This is your second reminder that if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because I have fun running content coming out all the time. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to see you next time. Happy running.